What's up, everybody? My name is Slim. Chapter 1048 spoilers just dropped. Let's go ahead, get right into it. If you don't want to get spoiled, go ahead, click off this video. If you're here for the spoilers, come on, stick with me. Alright, so the chapter title is 20 Years. This is in reference to, looks like a new flashback from an incident between Kaido, Oden, and Momonosuke. Alright, and also shout out to Redone for doing the spoilers, but let's go ahead and get into it. First section, Kaido transforms into a fire dragon. This technique is called Great Flame Fire Dragon, or something along those lines. His body then touches Onigashima's horns that was still whole and melts it like butter. So this is just kind of showing how hot Kaido's flames actually can be. So almost, I feel like, I don't know if it's as hot as magma, or if it's hot as just like, ovens, devil fruit, but it's definitely really hot. Then we go, Luffy uses an attack called Gomu Gomu no Bajarangan Monkey God Gun. And I saw someone saying that all the Yonkos that we've seen so far from their attacks actually have a God attack. And so Luffy finally has a God attack. So people were saying like this proves that Luffy is on Yonko level, which, I mean, we already know Luffy is pretty much on Yonko level. This is just confirmation as well. So that was pretty interesting. So shout out whoever found that one out. Then Kaido uses a new technique called Shoryu Kaien Hake, Ascending Dragon, 8 trigrams flame. The scene then changes to the interior of the castle. The samurai want Kaido defeated, don't we all? And Kawamatsu remembers what happened after Oden's execution 20 years ago. Then the flashback begins. So this is where the title comes in from, the 20 years ago. So in this flashback, Kaido finds out that Oden has a son. Then Kaido goes for Momonosuke and eliminates all the townspeople who were standing before him. So I don't know if Kaido's on a drunken rage or he's just angry because he's angry, and he's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and kill off Momonosuke. So then we see how Oden's castle actually burns down. So this is gonna be pretty informative, definitely what we needed to hear. The Wano Kuni daimyo band together to fight Kaido and Orochi, so we might see how the daimyo actually get defeated and what they look like. Hopefully they're not shadowed, because I really don't want more silhouettes. I don't know, because I'm not sure what a vignette is in the scheme of comics or manga. So it says we see a vignette of each daimyo. They are Tonoyasu and the 3 samurai that Yamato met in the cave, including Shimotsuki Ushimaru. They are all defeated. Then Kaido and Orochi start enslaving people and the country falls apart. So they are all defeated, and then they start enslaving people and the country falls apart. So this is kind of going into how Orochi and Kaido just took over the whole Wano Kuni area and destroyed everything. Back to the present, we have Orochi, who is now still on fire. He tries to take Komurasaki with him, but then out of nowhere, the guy who's been absent for about 40 chapters, Denjiro arrives and cuts off Orochi's head. And from the math, everybody's saying that this has to be Orochi's last head because he's been killed off 7 times, or 7 of his heads have been cut off. So I'm really hoping Orochi's dead, because I freaking hate this scum and I don't want to see him on the screen anymore. So please, please let him be dead. Please. We see that the wishes of the people are already flying through the sky. May Orochi disappear, or I want to escape from this hell, or some of them. At the end of the chapter, Luffy and Kaido are about to confront their attacks. More like Luffy and Kaido are going to unleash their attacks on each other. And we probably won't find out who's stronger. It's probably going to end on that, them attacking each other, and then we're going to go from that part into the next chapter. So additional info from Redone. In the chapter, there are 2 fights between Luffy and Kaido. So it shows 2 different parts of the fights, and then breaks up between, the lanterns being lifted into the sky, or Orochi, the fight between Denjiro and Orochi, and, maybe some other stuff. The first fight happens before the flashback inside the burning Oden castle. Right after Kaido transforms into a giant fire dragon and his body melts Onigashima's horn, Kaido opens his mouth and Luffy approaches his giant fist, and there's a big Conqueror Haki clash without touching. So that's going to be exciting. I wonder if they actually split the skies in this moment as well. Can't wait to see what happens. Luffy even closes his eyes and puts his other arm in front of his face to shoot himself from the shockwave. So I guess Luffy's afraid of the Conqueror's Haki, maybe. And then the final panel of this fight, before moving on to the part inside the castle, we see Kaido with his mouth open and Luffy's fists almost touching his teeth. So Luffy's getting really, really close to Kaido. Maybe he'll break Kaido's teeth. And I wonder if Kaido has the same thing, where if he drinks milk, he'll get his teeth right back. The second fight is on the double page at the end of the chapter. In this case, we see it from afar, and it is as if both attack again with the same techniques. Although there's a Conqueror Haki clash, like in the first confrontation, here they don't get as close. Kaido doesn't even have his mouth open. I guess he learned his lesson from breaking his teeth from Luffy. The chapter ends with Kaido and Luffy's faces, very similar to the ones at the end of chapter 1047. So that's pretty much it for the spoilers. Looks like it's going to be another battle-oriented chapter, so pretty hyped about that. And it looks like we're going to get into more flashbacks about Kaido and maybe more Oden conflict. I don't think Oden's going to be really the main protagonist in the flashback. I think it's going to be Kaido, but I'm really interested to see more about Kaido, because we're pretty much, the only Yonko that has more question is going to be Blackbeard and Shanks, but it's interesting to see what actually happens between Kaido and Momonosuke as well as Oden. So I'm excited to see that. Other things that I'm kind of excited to see, really honestly, Wano's been going on for a long time. I'm really hoping it kind of like wraps up soon. I'm fortunate to say, but I'm really excited to see this fight actually, have a ending to it. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be over in a couple, probably 8 chapters. Not too much more, probably before the end of the summer. But I'm excited to see this fight kind of go through the full process, see more backstory of Kaido, and then see Luffy use some cooler moves, because I kind of want to see him do something other than punching. I don't know if we'll get that, but who knows? That's what I'm hoping for. Let me know what you expect out of this fight. How many more chapters do you think it's going to be before it ends? Who's going to win in the fight, or anything like that? Appreciate any likes, subscribes, and then I'll have the review out whenever the chapter comes out. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Peace.